Jones up, hit by Granderson, intercepted on the ricochet. That's Matthew for 6. It's a pick 6.
How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally. How bad can I be? I'm just following my destiny. How bad can I be?
Oofa boofa. What else can you say after what we just witnessed? I'm leaving my friend's house, the same friend's house that I was at last week. I'm beginning to think I should stop going to his house, but he made some good food today, and it really it makes it hard for me to want to leave there or not go there when he puts out a good little spread. Steak tips. He made soup, but it was delicious soup. Now, I finally got the soup with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I stuck it out. I stayed till the end. But it was good soup. I'm not going to lie. You don't think of soup as something you should make to watch the football game, but it was good. It was one of the few things that were good about today. 34-0. When you think of last week, you think, well, it couldn't get worse. There were no major injuries. I guess a couple guys got their heads conked. Friggin' Pop Douglas, Juju both got popped. And hey, the defense gave up 4 less points than last week, so we're making some progress there. It's starting to feel like Mac Jones has lost any sort of confidence that he may have had, and any sort of command of this offense. It's starting to. We're only, like today I was saying to my friend, he goes, do you think the season's over? This was when it was 1-3, and I said, well, no. Think about it. The Bills just lost. They're 3-2. If you win today, you're 2-3. It's basically a 1-game difference. Well, you look like absolute garbage today. And now you're 1-4. And you've had over this 2-game span, you've been outscored 70. I'm doing the math. 2-3. 72-3. Yikes. This is the worst Patriots 2-game span that I feel like I've noticed since like the early 90s, like Hugh Millen, Scott Zolak, friggin' like that era of just bad football. And yet, like, you want to say, well, the coaching staff doesn't have it anymore. I don't know. Or they just picked the wrong players, and now is the time to just throw in the towel for the season. It is like, I had fun hanging out with my friend, but there wasn't much. It got to the point where you stop even getting angry, and you're just watching. You almost want it to get worse for something to sink in and something to change. And people are cheering for Bailey Zappi to come in. Ladies and gentlemen, Mac Jones doesn't seem to be a very good quarterback. Bailey Zappi is worse than Mac Jones. I believe, if you could believe that's even possible. I think so. I mean, he's overthrown. He has a little more zip on the ball, so he overthrows the ball quicker. Oh boy, wonderful. Nothing looked good. Nothing looked easy. Nothing. Now here's the funny thing. Who gives a shit about fantasy? But I have a fantasy football team, and it doesn't even matter. It's not even for money. It's against strangers, because the league I normally do, they didn't do it this year, and I'm cheap, so I'm not going to join some league that costs money with other people I don't know. So I did a free league just to have something to look at, and I've had Justin Herbert in as quarterback, and I've been successful, but I'm playing against schlubs who don't even care. So it's like, should I even care enough like that I'm winning against players, teams who don't even put in their players? But I am at least paying attention to it. Something to do. And Justin Herbert's on a bye this week, so I took him out. For the fun of it, I said, you know what? Mac is my quarterback, is my backup. Let's see what he can do today. And last I checked, I would have been better off keeping Justin Herbert in as my quarterback, because he would have scored 0 points, which is better than what Mac Jones gave me, which the last I saw was negative 1.6 points. it was so miserable. Some of these plays that were being made, like the picks. He got nailed on one, the pick six of this week. This week's pick six. He got another one. The guy bobbled it. It seemed like. So you can't blame Mac for everything, but he's overthrowing open receivers. You can't blame the line for. It's their offense sucks and it's a joke. And Matt, one of my friends texted, none of this would have happened if Matt Patricia was still alive, and that made me laugh my ass off. Like everyone's shitting all over Matt Patricia, me included, and everyone's like, well, at least they have a competent offensive coordinator. It can't get worse. Well, it feels worse, and I don't know if it's because of the play calling, or if it's because of the players, or if it's because of the guy under center, but it's just really bad. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to watch every game. Yes, when I'm traveling across the country, driving my mother-in-law down to Florida again in the car, I will be paying attention to the game, listening to it, on satellite, but like zero expectations anymore. Where there was like, I could still see a way for them to get into the playoffs. It's like, no. And at one point, is it like, do you blow it up? I feel like Belichick is there until Belichick doesn't want to be there. I do feel that way. But at what point do you say, year one, Mac was, solid enough to get us into the playoffs. Year two, we really kind of screwed things up. Or at least the offense, maybe we didn't screw things up with this offensive, play calling. But the offense wasn't there. Year three, the defense looks really solid. Their two best players, probably, right? Their two best players. One's out for the year, one's out for a while. But at least the offense is going to be, nope, they can't do shit. They can't score points. They have the worst offense in the league, I feel like. I don't know if that's mathematically true, but if there's another team that's worse, like, ouch, they must be really, really bad. Because this team, what'd they put up? Have they put up more than 20 points in a season, in a week? And this kicker, this rookie kicker, he misses every other kick. He got the distance. Like, they could have put some points on the board, and it would have been funny if they did. Actually, it would have been funnier because it would have been 38-3 and then 34-3. But it's like, they're just bad. They're just bad. And then Bill will say, got to do better on everything. Got to do better coaching. Got to do better play on offense, better defense, better special teams. Yeah, that's great. But can you? Can you coach this team better? This team. Not saying is your coaching steam, like your schemes and the steam of like your, momentum and your skills, has that decreased? Or did you pick so many bad players on offense? Or did you pick Mac poorly? Is that wrong? I don't know. Something is wrong. Can it be corrected through coaching? Or does it have to be corrected through a different set of people running these plays? Maybe not calling these plays, but running these plays. I was like half paying attention most of this game. I couldn't believe how bad it was. And then I was like, I made a joke. I was like, Max in the huddle going, thank God, guys, we just got to get out of here, get back to work and focus on next week. And it's like, Mac, it's only halftime. Oh, shit. Like, I couldn't believe it was only halftime when it got to halftime. It was miserable. What a miserable, miserable game after last week. The only thing is, maybe guys aren't out for the season. But when you put these two games together, this game felt even worse. Like, okay, they had a terrible week last week. It couldn't get worse, can it? Oh, yes, it can. The offense can't put up any points. And really bad turnovers. Like, the pick got hit. That fumble was ridiculous. Then another pick. The guy who, I don't even know this guy, Montgomery the second. I don't know this guy at all. But he's out there because other guys are getting hurt. It's just like mistake after mistake. And it's like, can it get worse? Can it? And I have a feeling it can get worse. Like last week I said it can't get worse. Maybe it can. Maybe it can get worse. And maybe it can't get better, which is worse too. So it's funny, I pause or unsubscribe from all these Patriots.com podcasts because I don't want to hear them. I have no interest in hearing the NFL podcasts. I have no interest in hearing football stuff. I said this last week. I have enough nerdy interest that I can go listen to those things. And yet, I ask you, faithful listener, to stay with this show, stay with this podcast, and I appreciate the fact that you're a glutton for punishment. You know, one of the guys on the text like, "Oh, I can't wait to hear Belichick's press conference after this." I'm like, you can? Like, I have no interest in hearing it. Nope, that's fine. I watch the game. I hope they win. They suck. I get annoyed, but I don't hold on to it like I used to, and I have no interest in hearing anything about it. That's kind of the way it used to be, where it's like they win all these games. When they lose one, I'm like, I don't want to listen to anything. I can't. I'm so annoyed. Now it's just like I can't even be bothered. And as you can hear, my directional or my blinker, depending on where you live in the country, is turning onto the street before my street. So I am almost home. Not quite there yet, but I am almost there. And I am ready to call it a night. I am almost... there's someone walking a beagle. Oh, that's a chubby beagle. Yeah. I have a beagle at home. That's why I notice other beagles. Anyway, folks, for some reason, if you feel like even sadder, you can follow me on Twitter at Patriots_pod. But if you're not interested in hearing any more Patriots stuff, and if you're into nerdy stuff, go to fansnotexperts.com. And there you'll find other podcasts that I do that have nothing to do with sports. If you like nerdy television, nerdy movies, nerdy books, there's a podcast for you at fansnotexperts.com. So I hope you go there and check it out. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I am pulling almost into my driveway. Maybe I'll stay with you until the driveway. I don't know. But anyway, folks, the Patriots are now 1-4. I don't know the last time they've been 1-4. I think they said this was their worst defeat at home since the 70s. And yeah, I was alive in the 70s, but I don't think I was alive when that happened. 34-0 to Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints beat your team, your favorite team, 34-0. And I'm done asking, or I'm done stating it can't get worse. Because it definitely could. So listen, folks, that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you for listening. I'm pulling into my driveway. I'm home, and I'm going to go walk my beagle right now. Go Pats.
Who cares if a few trees are dying? This is also gratifying. How bad can this possibly be? Fans not experts.